Welcome back to Cats Connection News. Today I'm doing an interview for Senior Moments with
Lily Meyer.
First question, what do you plan on doing after high school?
Well, I have already been accepted into what I would call my dream college, because, it's the college I wanted to go into. That is McKendree. I am going for pre-law, and I already have it, at least my first year, fully paid from scholarships.
That's so good. What is the favorite or, the best class you've had throughout high school?
Best class? Ooh, that's a difficult one. It's hard to pick out because there have been good and bad moments through every class I have had. So let me give you 3. Art is always a no-brainer given I stayed in it for 4 years. Speech was a very good class that I enjoyed. I love talking. I'm a public speaker, always have been. My dad's confused by it. I always get a good chuckle from it. And band, despite all the issues I've had in band, I still love it.
Do you do your homework?
Technically, yes, I do my homework. I do it about 10 minutes before the due date. So if it's due at 8 a.m., that means I wake up and do it before I have to go to school and get ready. So I wake up at 6:30 to do my homework 30 minutes before I can't do it.
What do you do to help you get through homework?
Get through homework? I either gotta do it in class, wait till the last moment, or I listen to a playlist on Spotify called Elevator Music.
Any specific music artists, bands? Anything?
Elevator Music.
Okay. What would you tell someone coming into high school?
Coming into high school, I'd tell them to keep their grade up in specifically English.
I agree.
You want me to elaborate on that?
You don't need. Has there been a teacher who has helped you in a way more than any other teacher?
There has been. Of course, there's always a couple of teachers who have always assisted more than others. Close is always one that I go and it's yeah, you've helped. But one that I constantly thank and honestly don't know if I can ever repay her, she is a very good teacher, has to be Miss Nix, because I was not in any of her classes and she wasn't even a teacher here yet. She was a student teacher, but she is almost the entire reason I did not end up failing general science my sophomore year, when my life was just going downhill and I thought, you know what, there's nothing else that I can do. Grades aren't worth it. I have bigger fish to fry, which I did. She dragged me and basically made sure I did not fail that class.
What will you miss from high school?
What will I miss from high school? I think generally the routine. I'm a very big routine person. I know that I'll have routine in college, but I know that it will be different. I will miss the younger friends that I have, and I will miss the teachers that I have grown to be close to and appreciate and just frankly love. Because I'll be honest, whenever it comes to school, or at least my school life, I see the teachers in my school way more than I see my parents or my grandparents. And that's just because how the system is. Whenever one parent works nights and the other works days, you're not going to see one of them as much. So I tend to see my teachers as the next person I can go to.
If you could say something to your freshman self, what would it be?
To my freshman self. At that age, I think I needed a lot. But what I think I would say is probably sweet and simple. If I'm just trying to wrap my head around it, I'd probably look at myself and tell them that you don't deserve what has happened to you. Because I have had a past full of a lot of just regret and pain from my young years in the elementary of not the best behavior, because they didn't know how to take care of kids like me with behavioral issues, because I have autism. They did not know how to take care of kids like me. So to say I was treated nicely would be a lie. And then I was targeted because kids with behavioral issues and disorders are often targeted because they are bad kids. And I'm not saying I wasn't a bad kid. I just didn't know how to regulate my emotions. And sadly, autism is not the only thing I've struggled with in my life. So from that, then COVID, the room by the lunchroom, to having to advocate and fight just to be in Art 1 my freshman year, and then everything that happened outside of it, losing my grandmother, losing my animals, all of that stuff. I think the only thing that I could say to myself is, you don't deserve what has happened to you, because I don't think I did. I don't think I have deserved a lot of the stuff that I have done. And I think I'd also try to convince them to continue doing good in English, because that has caused me a lot of triumph, because my grade in English was not the best. It slipped my sophomore year, and that has caused me a lot of hardships now. Also, another thing I think I would say is, don't listen to people. Because growing up, I will be honest, I was told a lot of unkind things. I was told that I wouldn't make it in the world as an artist. Luckily, I don't want to be an artist anymore. But that is something I have heard from my years from first grade to about 8th grade. I have been told that people like me do not make it and never will make it. I've been told I should not try. I should give up. I've been told that I would become an addict and get addicted and just couch surf my entire life. I was told I would never make it in high school. And you know what? I believed them. I thought I couldn't make it in high school. But you want to know something?
You did?
I did. I was also told that I should aim for a public school because of my learning disabilities. I'm given a certain grant, which I'm very happy for, but that doesn't cover private schools. My freshman year, I was told, you need to be smart and get good grades because we cannot afford to send you to college. I have a full ride to the college of my dreams. I've had to cut a lot of people off. I have a lot of people, a lot of family in my life that I don't anymore, because I've learned that to become a better person and a better version of myself, I had to let go of the connections that were dragging me down. And if that is my best friend of 10 years, then it has to be my best friend. If it's my grandfather, then, well, it sucks, but it is my grandfather. Just a big thing is, most young kids, if not all young kids, do not deserve the ridicule that they are given if they want to choose a more creative passion in life, which I did. If they have a learning disability, they do not deserve that pain. If there's something wrong mentally with them, physically, because you're always looked at like you're less than them. And I've always been looked at it, which is why I'm a chatter, so I'm going to continue. It's actually why if it wasn't for this school, I would not be going into law. If it wasn't for Mr. Lesko, I wouldn't be going into law. If it wasn't for Jack Bursch, I would not be going into law. If it wasn't for being picked on the handbook committee, I would not be going into law. But all of these situations that has happened in my life and in the sequence that it has, where most people would become resentful or turn into a shell of who they could be, I have figured out that, you know what? If people won't stand up and represent me, then who's going to stand up for those who need it? So I decided I should stand up. I will be the advocator, and I have been the advocator. I have been chosen to advocate for many students. I have spent most of my life advocating for myself. Because this is something that means a lot to me. It's what I believe. I say I am who I am to be who I needed.
It's very, very wise. Last question. Do you have a favorite memory out of high school? Because I know that it's like 4 years. It's a long
4 years
to pick, but
a favorite memory. I have a lot of good memories. I am trying to think of one that would specifically just like encompass everything. I think it was one of my favorite memories, besides the one with like Hendy and my friends now. I think one of them has to be, I hosted a mini D&D campaign during the Radiant incident in Simmons's room because we had nothing else to do. And I mean, of course, some of the good ones is going to competition in band and just being recognized. But I have to say, hosting my own little D&D campaign has to be one of the best ones I have.
That's all the questions I have. So thank you for letting me interview you.
Thank you for interviewing me.